Everybody, welcome to the studentloanjustice.org live stream. It is Wednesday, May 19th. My name is Alan Collins. If you're new to the group, welcome. What took you so long? We've been around for 16 years now. Way too long. We would like to solve this problem. We need to get student loans gone. The entire lending system is catastrophically failed. The first 16 years of our existence, protections of student loans. We're still fighting for that. That's still absolutely important. But at this point, folks, I am here to build lending system, and particularly during this pandemic, there is no better way, no easier way, no more appropriate way to stimulate the economy than by canceling all federally owned student loans. That's 87%. So I'm very happy to tell you all that we are kicking ass right now. I'm going to keep this live stream exceptionally short, but here are the highlights. So in the past 3 weeks, we've been featured at Forbes, CNBC, Business Insider, Yahoo News, and stuff. Yesterday, we were featured on local news in Buffalo, New York. Tomorrow, we're going to be featured on other local news. We're going to be featured again on some national news next week, which I will have more to say about later. But suffice it to say, we're kicking ass. The petition that we started back in March of last year, before anybody was even talking about student loan cancellation, I'm very happy to report is now way over 1 million signatures, and it's growing pretty quickly right now. It's like 1,035,000 signatures. But the bad guys in Washington, D.C., they would love to do a fake loan cancellation. They would love to do that. By the way, if you have any questions or comments, throw them out now. I'm going to keep it exceptionally short tonight. So back to the bad guys. A fake student loan cancellation. They'll say they're canceling loans. There will be parades and confetti and champagne bottles and balloons, but they actually won't cancel any loans. We've seen this. This is what the Department of Education does. The one thing the Department of Education is good at is not canceling loans. They would love to do this fake loan cancellation as a substitute for returning bankruptcy protections to the loans. So nobody out there wants to file for bankruptcy. It's a terrible thing to have to do. But quite frankly, ladies and gentlemen, getting our bankruptcy rights back is probably a necessary precondition for actual student loan cancellation. Say that a different way. We got to have bankruptcy rights restored to student loans if we actually want to see these loans get canceled. I could go on for a while here, but suffice it to say that we have seen what the swamp in Washington, D.C., we know what they do. We know what they want. We know them maybe even better than they know themselves at this point, after 16 years of looking very closely at this problem. But guys, don't trip. The numbers are on our side. We've got, as I said, 1 million people on our petition. We've got a very large muscle to flex. But we need your help, because if you look around, you'll know, read any student loan cancellation story, you will see a whole gaggle of critics, primarily older, often conservative people, that go, "You should pay your loans. You shouldn't be a freeloader on society. You should be. Why should we have to pay for your loans? Or I pay for my loans. Why can't you pay for your loans?" Well, here, folks, those are very easily defeated. There is no saving this lending system. The default rate of everybody with student loans today is going to be 75%, if not far higher. There is no, and by the way, the default rate for subprime home mortgages was 20%. So we are now looking at like 75, if not 80% default rate for student loans. That is 4 times higher than the subprime home mortgage default rate. So guys, The lending system is finished. It's toast. It's vanishing into a mist of illegitimacy as we speak. So don't worry about the haters. And by the way, the people wagging their finger at you, number one, they are fighting for the worst big government lending scam in this nation's history. These are people who claim to hate the government, right? Number two, they are fighting for the colleges who are enriching themselves off of this lending system. Most conservatives I know don't like the colleges. They would like to see the colleges defunded, in fact. Well, while we're not calling for the colleges to be defunded necessarily, although quite frankly, I think that's a good idea. I think this lending system, weaning the colleges off of this lending system is probably a smart thing to do. But like I said, we're agnostic as to what the future of higher education financing is going to look like. What we do know now, right now, today, is that this current lending system is done. It's toast. It's failed. And no true conservative would ever support or defend this nonsense. And you know, it's more than nonsense. It's a national threat. National threat. All night long. There are more people over the age of 50 with student loans today than there are under the age of 25. Like, how is that even possible? Before they're 25, maybe 28 for the PhDs, but 25, you should probably have your master's degree, blah, 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 blah. So you would think that by far and away the highest number of student loan borrowers would be for sure in that 18 to 25, maybe 26, 27 range. But no, it turns out that there are more people over 50 than under 25 with student loans. There are more people over the age of 35 than under the age of 35 with student loans. And as I said, even before this pandemic, 4 out of 5 of everyone was never going to be able to repay their loans. This lending system's done, guys. It's toast. It's. I've run out of words to describe it. It's over the falls, over the cliff. It's a train wreck. There is no saving it, and it should not be saved. It should not be saved. This lending system has to be taken to the bath and drowned in the tub. And that's a very conservative thing that I just said. So why these yahoos all over everywhere have this knee-jerk, visceral response against student loan cancellation? Well, I understand it. They think student loans and they think college students. They think college students and they think protesters and Occupy Wall Street and Antifa and anarchists, etc., etc. Well, whatever, guys. What I'm telling you is don't even trip, because all those vocally minority people who have no clue, and they are easily educated. They are easily taught the truth about this lending system. I care far less. 45 million people in the country with student loans right now today. 40 and probably 55 million if you include private student loans and cosigners. So we're talking 40 plus million people in the country. 4 out of 5 of 55 million were never going to be able to repay their loans. So we're talking 40 plus million people, probably 43 or 44 million people never going to be able to repay their loans, even before this pandemic. I care far more about finding them. So don't trip. Don't be distracted. Don't be intimidated by these fools on the internet. They are fools. Okay. I want to be slightly polite about this. I don't want to get kicked off of Facebook again. Let me just are uninformed. They're uninformed. And we can very easily inform them. But, if you don't like getting your hands too dirty with a bunch of people that talk past you and just throw stupid, outdated... I'm so done with that, guys. I'm 51 years old right now, by the way. so you know. And I will not be talked down to by any finger waggy lecturer. I won't do it. And neither should you. Because we do not have to take this shit. This is the worst big government lending history. Now, we just threw $1 trillion out in PPP loans that don't need to be repaid, and that all added to the national debt and required $1 trillion to be drawn from the Treasury. We can cancel these student loans, on the other hand, without needing one dime from Treasury, without adding one penny to the national debt. So this is where it's at, guys. This is what has to happen. And believe me, we cannot lose, because no matter what happens in Washington, D.C., this lending system is done. It's toast. Almost nobody is paying on their federal student loans right now. And when this pandemic abates, almost nobody will resume paying. That's just a fact. The bad guys know this, by the way. The bad guys know what I leave it up to you to inform them. But as I said, don't trip on them. But the bad guys who would love to perpetuate and extend this sociopathic, sadistic, unconstitutional social control mechanism, if not bond of indenture on the country, they know what I know. They know the lending system is done. It's toast. It's failed. They have no idea what they're going to do. But I know exactly what they're going to do. They're going to walk away from this. They can take their golden parachute and go. They're going to walk away, because there is no saving this lending system, period. So anyways, guys, I'm going to leave it there at that for tonight. One thing I will ask you to do, I should have said this at the top. Well, two things. First thing, very important, we are hitting all the governors of the 18 states where student loan debt exceeds the state budget. That actually happens for 18 states. Most of them are red states, by the way. Texas, Texas, Tennessee, North South Carolina, Alabama, Georgia, Indiana, Florida, on and on and on. I'm going to ask you to retweet that tweet right now. We're the pioneers on this. We need your help. You can't sit around and wait and watch and worry and think this problem is going to, think that Washington, D.C. is going to solve this problem for us. They will not. They will not. We need your help. So right now, I want you to send that tweet. Retweet that tweet. Sounds stupid, actually works. Retweet that tweet wherever you may see it. We're doing this on a daily basis. There's 18 governors we're hitting. Today, it's North Carolina. Yesterday, it was South Carolina. Tomorrow, I think we're probably going to go with South Dakota tomorrow, but we'll see. Probably go with Tennessee tomorrow. Tennessee. So be ready, guys. We need you to be helping with this. These are your loans. This is your problem. And this problem will not solve itself. Don't expect anyone else to pull your weight for you. We need you, and you need us. And this is ground zero in this fight. If there was another group that was actually fighting to get this lending system gone and done, including bankruptcy protections, which absolutely must happen for the loans that cannot be canceled administratively, I would join that group. But that group is us. We are it. So step up. Live up to that responsibility. We are the pioneers. Send that link. Retweet that tweet and get creative about it too. Send it to media. We need more media. We're getting great media right now. We need more media. And that starts with you. In fact, I will paste a link to local media companies across the 50 states. Look at all the North Carolina emails and find a way to forward that tweet to every, or at least, let's say, a couple dozen of the media contacts on that list. It will help. And you can already see the link to the petition. So look in the comments. And must use if you want to get these loans canceled once and for all. Last thing I'll say is, if you could please donate, please do that. Extremely low budget on this end. We have no staff. We have none of that stuff. We have people. We have a website. Completely volunteer organization. But we need do this. So these are all personal gifts on your part. As I said, we don't need much, but we cannot do it on nothing. So please go to the website, studentloanjustice.org, right there, studentloanjustice.org, and please make a donation, large or small. So with that, guys, I'm stoked. We're doing well. You need to be staying tuned to this group. Things are getting very interesting, and things are beginning to happen in a very big way. I hope you're feeling it, because I'm feeling it, and if I'm feeling it, you should be feeling it. So we're getting close. Hang in there. I'll be back on Friday. We're going to be on. I can't tell you when. I cannot tell you where, but we are going to be on local news tomorrow, 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. So stay tuned on that. Stay tuned in general. Get off your ass and help. Don't wait, watch, and worry and think that anybody else is going to do this for you. You need to help. And keep us posted as to your progress, because we love to brag about what our members are doing. Like, for example, Heather Taylor in Paris just made a great slideshow via Instagram, which I will post very shortly. In fact, I will post it in the comments here. Thank you, Heather. Hats are off. I wish everybody on this group was like Heather. These loans would be gone months or years ago. So, all right, folks, have a great night. I'll see you on Friday. Good luck. Godspeed. God bless everybody.